President Trump, just one day after Supreme Court arguments on his sweeping global tariffs, is doubling down, labeling the case the most important in the history of our country, and spotlighting his tariff threats against Beijing as a national security lifeline that could and did force Xi Jinping to the bargaining table. And the president announcing fresh deals to expand coverage and reduce prices of weight loss drugs. For all this, we go live now to NTD's Washington correspondent, Mari Otsu, at the White House. Mari, good evening. What's the president's latest take on this tariff case?
Jack, good evening to you. President Trump today is saying that he's going to need to come up with a Game 2 plan if the Supreme Court does not rule in favor of the legality of his global tariffs. However, the president also adds that he does not want to discuss this possibility right now, saying that he's hopeful after Treasury Secretary Bessent went to the oral arguments yesterday. And the president says that it will be, quote, devastating if he loses this ruling, calling the case life or death for the U.S. Let's take a look at what he has to say.
I think it's the most important case maybe in the history of our country.
President Trump, a day after the Supreme Court heard oral arguments considering the legality of his global tariffs, emphasizes the relationship between economic strength and national security.
So much evolves around tariffs as a defensive mechanism for our country, as national security for our countries.
Repeatedly citing his recent use of 100% tariff threats levied against Beijing as instrumental in getting Xi Jinping to ease rare earth export controls.
If you look at China, by putting a large 100% tariff over and above the tariffs they already paid, they came to the table with the 100%. I was able to do it instantaneously when we were threatened by the rare earths. It was a matter of seconds. We would have had not nearly the defense that we had. It would be somewhat catastrophic for our country.
Meanwhile, President Trump unveils a deal to lower costs on obesity drugs Zepbound and Wegovy.
The American public, because of this agreement, will lose 125 million pounds by this time next year. It is going to have dramatic effects on human health in this country.
The deal with the drug companies Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly also broadens the coverage of the drugs for those on Medicare and Medicaid.
Co-pays for Medicare patients will be as low as $50. Now you're talking about from $1,350 to $50. This is tremendous news for the American seniors.
And on foreign affairs, President Trump is currently meeting with the leaders of all 5 Central Asian countries here at the White House. They're expected to talk rare earth deals and security issues. And this is as the U.S. seeks to gain further influence in the Central Asian region, which is being increasingly courted by China. And also expected the president of Kazakhstan to be joining the Abraham Accords. Jack, back to you.
A lot coming out of the White House today, Mari. Thank you.